The following program on PBS 39 is made possible in part by
Union City Chamber of Commerce presents the Union City Arts Festival October 10th, 11th, and 12th in Union City, Indiana. Experience culinary, visual, music, and performing arts. More at unioncityartsfestival.org.
Support for Arts Weekly is provided by PBS 39, the Our Foundation, Martin Tierney, and the Community Foundation of Greater Fort Wayne.
This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On today's show, we'll be covering a myriad of arts events in the region, including hearing from Christy Sandmeyer from the Fort Wayne Ballet in the second half of the show. But first, Andrea Zwiebel from the Honeywell Center in Wabash is here to talk about their fall season, which is packed. It seems to be, Andrea. Welcome to Arts Weekly.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming back to visit with us about your season.
Sure.
Honeywell Center, an incredible facility.
Well, thanks.
How long have you been with the Honeywell Center?
Actually, I moved here for my job 7 years ago. I'm not a Hoosier.
You're not a Hoosier. Where did you come from?
I'm from Wisconsin, but I thought the Honeywell Center was spectacular and I needed to move to Wabash.
To promote, and what do you do for them? Are you in marketing, or do you also plan some of what they do?
I plan. My title's program manager, so I book all of the concerts that come into the Ford Theater, and I manage our art gallery and book the movies that come to our movie theaters.
That's a big task, doing all of that. And is your education in that area? Did you have arts management education?
I have a visual arts degree, which is how I got linked in with the art gallery to start off with, and from there learned through programming knowledge and took on booking.
Well, I'm curious, what's your medium in visual arts?
It depends. So much lately, nothing. But
you're too busy.
I get my fill through the gallery, but
right.
I do drawing and more crafts these days. So.
Yeah, well, great. Well, the Honeywell Center, tell our viewers a little bit about the Honeywell Center, because it is one of the premier performance spaces in Northeast Indiana.
Yeah, we have a 1,400-seat theater, which surprises people for a town of 11,000.
Right.
So it's a large complex. We have a restaurant on site, the art gallery, which I mentioned, banquet facilities, even a roller skating rink in the building. In the building? Wow. And how long has it been a performing arts center? We're coming up on our 75th anniversary in 2016.
Wow, so big plans for that.
Yeah,
yeah. I
plans are in the works already.
I'll bet they are. So tell us a little bit about your season. What's coming up in the fall?
Well, I thought I'd talk about the Wabash Valley Music Association. They're going into their 58th season, and they're basically the inspiration for the Ford Theater. So it's kicking off on September 26th with the Wabash Area Community Theater presenting Carousel.
Oh.
And so while it's a local production, it's really well done, and everyone loves that title.
So is the Music Association a not-for-profit organization, or would you say it's a volunteer-based committee? Is it like an arts council? Or?
It's actually under the foundation, the Honeywell Foundation umbrella.
It is,
and
okay.
We have several groups of volunteers that orchestrate the series.
Right, but I'm curious because it also has something to do with the community theater as well as promoting a season. Is that what you...
The community theater is a part of the series, but is a separate organization.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, wonderful, great.
Then
and so what's after that?
We have the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, and that'll be Rachmaninoff. So if you're a fan, come on to the Symphony in Wabash.
Who's not a fan of Rachmaninoff? Come on, I mean, if anybody likes classical music, you have to like Rachmaninoff.
Well, then we roll into a few Broadway shows, and these are national touring Broadway shows,
right,
so different from the community theater. The first is Nice Work If You Can Get It, so if you're a Gershwin fan, you would love Nice Work.
Right.
Then we roll into $1 Million Quartet, and that actually was in Fort Wayne, I believe, last year or the year before, and I've previewed it. It's a great show about the four greats. It's Elvis, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Carl Perkins, and they had a historic jam session, and it's retelling that night, in inspiration on a true story.
Is it, would you say it's a musical review, or is there dialogue? I mean, but is there dialogue, or is it just kind of song to song to song?
It's basically taking all place in the recording studio there, so it's their dialogue while they're thinking of these songs and then playing all of the
And so we get to hear
hits.
all the songs that we recognize from these 4 great stars. What a great night.
And then similarly toned, Buddy, the Buddy Holly story will be coming, and so that's, even though there was just a short 1.5 years of hits for Buddy Holly, there are over 20 greatest hits that will be performed.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. Now that show, if I'm not mistaken, has had quite a run around the country, hasn't it? It's been pretty popular.
It's a national tour.
It's a national tour. Yeah. And so if you're the booking agent, it's got to be a little bit more intense to book this crowd than it is perhaps the Symphony or the local Civic Theater, et cetera. Do you have to deal with the contracts and whatnot with the performance of the Broadway tours? I
handle that side as well, and I work with our volunteer committee that selects these performers.
So there's a committee that decides who we're going to go after. Okay, great. How far out in advance do you do that?
We'll start looking this fall for the 15-16 season.
You will. Okay, great. And what else is on the roster?
Then we're rounding out with some headliners. We have Sha Na Na, and it's going to be their 40th anniversary, and they're performing hit songs from Greece.
Great.
So that'll be a popular one as well.
Great.
And then we'll close the series in May with the Celtic Tenors, and they'll be singing things that you recognize, Danny Boy, for example. So
yeah, I should hope so. They better be singing Danny Boy, right? It's the Celtic Tenors. They have to be singing Danny Boy. Yeah.
And so you can buy those shows individually, or you can buy all 7 shows as a series. There's several price points, and all of the tickets are available on our website at honeywellcenter.org.
Great. And so all of this is picked by the Music Association then?
Yes.
That's part of that whole season. But now you say that you have a gallery as well, so there's lots of things that happen. What else happens at the Honeywell besides the music series?
Well, if we talk about the holidays in particular, there's a lot of opportunities for you to come to Wabash and experience something different. We have brunch with Santa, and generally we have brunch every Sunday, but that will be special that Santa will be in attendance. So if you have families that want to come to that. We host holiday parties all year round, and particularly in the Christmas window frequently. And we'll have some holiday movies at Eagles Theater. Those will be throwback classic styles. Those will be announced shortly.
Great.
And then during the holiday window in the Clark Gallery, we'll have the Cash and Carry holiday exhibit, which is your chance to buy artwork on the spot. Oftentimes you have to see it, like it, buy it, and then wait a month to take it home. And so this will be, you can see it, like it, buy it that day.
And who are these artists? I mean, are they local artists, or are they?
They will be local and regional artists, yes.
And is it juried in any way, or do you seek them out through?
That show isn't juried, but we do have juried competitions throughout the year. We have a photography show coming up this fall.
How big is the gallery space?
It's 200 linear feet, so it's actually quite large. It's the entire outside curve of our Ford Theater, so it's the main lobby, great foot traffic, same foot traffic of the Honeywell Center, 180,000 visitors a year. Wow,
that's terrific. And how many shows do you do, art shows do you do a year? Does it kind of change every time you have a new thing come in? Or
about monthly. Since we have so many visitors coming through the building, we want to keep it fresh and have something new to look at every time you come.
Great. And you've got sort of a Cirque Show coming at Christmas time as well, is that right?
I've seen this show before. It's wonderful. It's called Cirque Dreams Holidaze, and you'll see toy soldiers on high wires and snowmen dancing and gingerbread men and all of your favorite holiday things, but doing Cirque-style performances. So,
what kind of technical venue do you have to have for them to be able to do that? Do they rely on you to have that stuff? Do they bring it? Or, I mean, of course they bring their own high wire, but you've got to have a pretty strong technical crew to be able to load that in.
We do have a great technical crew, and we do Broadway shows throughout the year, and not all venues are large enough to do that, so we're fortunate to have a large stage and the capacity to bring in multi-truck shows.
Right, so you have a large proscenium stage with fly space and enough that kind of Broadway show. A lot of those Broadway shows now carry in hydraulic systems where everything else, sort of a floor they bring in and it's all hydraulically moved, so they don't need a size crew that they normally or they used to. I think that we have a video of the Cirque Show for our viewers to take a look at what that's like. So if we can, let's take a look at that video.
Broadway's Cirque Dreams dazzles the country with its latest holiday spectacular.
Make a wish, hold on tight. Holidays are delight. Don't blink, there's so much more.
Over 300 costumes and 20 acts make Cirque Dreams Holidaze a perfect family treat, says the New York Daily News. It's talent by the sleigh load.
Wow. That looks pretty exciting.
Did you see those toy soldiers on the high wire?
I did see the toy soldiers on the high wire. That was terrific. Have you had them before?
They have been here once before.
Yeah.
It's been several years, though, and it's a favorite, so we wanted to bring them back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What else is happening at the Honeywell Center that people want to come out for?
Yeah, we have Roger Hodgson of Supertramp, legendary former singer-songwriter of Supertramp. And so he'll be singing all of the hits of Supertramp. I don't know if you know those off the top of your head, but there's Give a Little Bit, The Logical Song, Dreamer, Take the Long Way Home.
Wow. I actually didn't know that he wrote all of those songs. So great, great. When is he going to be here?
That'll be November 4th.
Okay, terrific.
And then also in the holiday window, we'll be doing a children's family show, Max and Ruby, in the Nutcracker Suite. So, of course, everyone loves the Nutcracker.
They do.
And there'll be larger-than-life plush characters of Max and Ruby.
Is that a show that you bring in, or is that locally produced?
No, it's brought in.
It is brought in, another tour show.
Yes,
Great.
national tour.
Oh, great.
And then we'll have Michael McDonald in December as well, doing a Christmas show. And Kenny Rogers doing holiday and hits, because everyone wants to hear The Gambler.
That's
so
true, they do.
We need to have...
True. I would imagine Kenny Rogers is pretty popular in this part of the country.
And he's been to Honeywell Center before and always sells out, so we need to bring him back.
Right, exactly. What are his dates so people can get tickets on that?
That will be December 13th.
Oh, right at Christmas time. So you're kind of busy from like November right to January.
And this is just a small sampling. Everything's available on our website at honeywellcenter.org. There's a wide variety of things for company parties or just if you want to bring your family and have a nice holiday.
Andrea, you book all of
relaxation.
this. That is an incredible job you do.
Well, thanks.
Congratulations.
We do about 50 shows a year.
50 shows a year. Is it 12 months a year?
Yes.
Oh, it is. You don't take summers off. You just go right through. Wow.
Year round.
All right, let's give our viewers again one more time. The contact information for any of this stuff would be honeywellcenter.org.
Yes. And our box office at 260-563-1102.
Or there's an 800 number.
There is an 800 number as well.
1-800-626-6345. Well, Andrea, thank you for joining me. It's been great to talk with you again on Arts Weekly, and I look forward to the exciting season. I don't know which one I have to see, but I have to see them all.
Well, I'll see you in Wabash soon.
We see me in Wabash soon, right? Thank you, Andrea, for joining me.
Thanks.
Please take a minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area, and I'll be right back with Christy Sandmeyer of the Fort Wayne Ballet.